My name is Todd Youngberg. I live in Proctor. I am running. I don't have very many qualifications for this. I'm just a tax-paying citizen. And the reason I'm running is because of what the county board has done to me. They gave my property away. They violated a Minnesota statute. They violated a civil statute. And it's the Minnesota statute is 373.01 governing property. And like I say, I'm not into politics that much. I've been trying to get somebody to help me on this situation and nobody has. I have called the Minnesota Attorney General and the person there told me, well, there's really nobody that governs the county commissioners. The only way you can change anything is get them out of there. So I'm running for county commissioner.
Well, Mr. Youngberg, we did ask about some of the issues, the other candidates. I'm just going to go through them quickly.
That's fine, yes.
They were all limited to like just 1 minute answers, so your answers, if they're short, that's fine.
Okay.
Just keep it. The first question we asked was that the county has been fiscally conservative with its budgeting over the last few years, 0% increases. But it seems that we've been shortchanging social services where costs are skyrocketing to treat methamphetamine, heroin addiction, and also the intervening cases of child maltreatment and worse. We're curious what your budgeting philosophy would be. Do we need to be spending more on these things, or
well, from what I see and understand, the children deal, absolutely. There should be no violence against children, and that should all be taken care of. And I actually am a recovering addict. I've got 29 years sober, and I believe that it is a problem here, but so it must need more funding because it's just a revolving door is all it does is they arrest somebody, bring them to jail for 3 days, feed them, clothe them, get them back healthy again, they're right back out doing the same thing again, so it's defeating itself is basically what it's doing is.
Sure.
So I believe that there should be more budgeting for that type of stuff.
Okay, very good. St. Louis County has been criticized sometimes for being out of touch. A lot of people aren't really sure what county government does. They're not sure what the county board does. How would you go about better connecting the county to the populace?
I would be, I don't know how to say this, a spokesperson for the people. If I see something wrong, I'm going to stop it, or I'll say something about it. It doesn't matter to me if these people like me or not. I'm there for the citizens and for the county. So I'll do whatever I can. If I see them doing wrong, if it's legally possible, I will notify everybody I possibly can and let it get out there. Because I feel the citizens need to know what's going on, because it's what I find out there but going to these meetings is it's kind of behind closed doors, nobody knows, we don't care type of thing.
Yeah.
And that's it. That's what happens. It happened to me. I have proof it happened to me, and I don't believe that should happen because they are voted in by the citizens. They are the citizens' employees, and they shouldn't be hiding stuff. Even a secret is a lie in my eyes. So.
Third question, for more than 10 years, the county and other governments have been throwing hundreds of thousands of dollars into the possibility of a commuter rail line between Duluth and the Twin Cities. Northern Lights Express, it's been called. Is it still worth pursuing, or is that something you wouldn't pursue?
I don't think there'd be a big call for it. So I don't see why we're throwing. That money can go into a whole bunch of other things. That money could go into drug rehab. That money could go into child services. As far as the rail is concerned, people can drive. There's buses. Why do we need a train that goes 70 miles an hour? That's how I feel. But I don't commute back and forth to the cities, so.
Neither do I. All right. Last year, the county enacted a 0.5% sales tax to generate $10 million a year, $14 million a year for highway construction projects. Most of the tax is collected in Duluth, Hermantown, Proctor area. how should the money be spent? How would you prioritize spending the money? Would you prioritize it regionally like that? Spend it here because it's collected here, or spend it countywide evenly, or how?
Well, you said a city tax, right?
The county sales tax.
Well, if it's a county sales tax, should go to the whole county.
Okay.
It shouldn't be just because we're a bigger city. It shouldn't just go to Duluth. It should go evenly to everybody. Because everybody pays it. So that's what I would do on that is
Okay. Very good.
spread it out evenly between everybody. So
Okay. How would you, as a St. Louis County board member, encourage equity and improved access to opportunities for all, including communities of color and others who are often underrepresented?
could you repeat that, please?
How would you, as a county commissioner, encourage equity and improved access for communities of color and others who are underrepresented? How would you better represent those who are tend to be forgotten? Is there a better way to say it?
I don't feel anybody should be underrepresented, but I don't know off the top of my head how a person would be able to represent them better without actually being in the situation. But nobody should be forgotten. Everybody, everybody's a citizen of the county. And I don't know exactly how to answer that question right now because I'm not in that situation, but I feel everybody, we all pay taxes, we're all human beings, we're all neighbors, we're all citizens. Everybody should be helped if they need help.
Right.
And I don't think there should be any separations between race. Doesn't matter. Race, what ethnicity, gender, or whatever should not be involved in anything. It should all be for the people, for the citizens.
You mentioned your Second Amendment rights earlier. Where do you stand on gun control, whether it be assault rifles or other issues?
I believe in the Second Amendment.
Sure.
In an assault rifle is just a rifle. I mean, a guy that hunts with a semi-automatic 30-06. There's absolutely no difference between that and an AR-15 or something like that. They just repeat shoot. I think there should be some sort of gun control. There should be better gun control for. Should be tighter restrictions for people that aren't supposed to have them or people that shouldn't have them. But if you're a law-abiding citizen, I see no problem in having guns and weapons and stuff like that. It's the person. It's just like being mad at the street because I got in a car accident. It doesn't make any sense. It's a person driving the car, and there should be better help for them, and that might go back to that question that you asked me earlier.
Right.
But yeah, no, I firmly believe in all the amendments.
Okay. Very good. Public safety, law enforcement been in the news a lot lately with police shootings and also police officers being shot. With St. Louis County Sheriff's Department a big part of the county board's budget, does law enforcement need more help of some sort, or should it be more tightly controlled, or what?
I think it should be. The law enforcement should help the people that are causing it. Like I say, it's a mental issue with a lot of these people.
Yeah.
And if you arrest somebody and feed them and send them out in 3 days, they're going to do exactly the same thing. And I actually had a reefer trader of mine, some meth heads, 11 o'clock on a Saturday, are up there cutting all the copper out of it. I call the police catch them. 3 days later, I get a letter in the mail. We're letting these two out of jail. Well, the girl was a felon and she had a handgun on her. But they let her out 3 days later. And they, like I say, they do nothing for these people that have the problem. They just, it's like I don't know if exacerbates the correct word, but it's just like they help them.
Yeah.
you know, and
I think that is-
help them doing the crime, not getting better.
Right.
And I think something should be done there, you know, I really do. And it goes back to the sheriffs following me around. I'm just a citizen speaking my mind that they don't like, and they're, like I say, they can't tell me to quit. And if I was saying anything not truthful or exaggerating, I'm sure I would have gotten a letter from the county attorney saying cease and desist, or we're going to sue you for slander and all of this stuff. Because I'm calling them flat out. I like I say, I don't have much of a filter, you know, and yeah, like I say, it's the sheriffs. They have a hard job, you know. It's got to be tough waking up every morning thinking that you might be shot, you know, and every car you pull over, you might get shot, you know. But that's the profession that they chose.
Right.
And I feel some of them overstepped their bounds, you know, like with the following me, with taking me down to the sheriff's office and, you know, and pushing a little panic button so when I walk out of the room, there's 3 or 4 sheriff's deputies standing in the hallway, you know. And I'm not a violent person. I've been sober for 30 years, and they're just trying to make me out to be this mad, crazy guy that's just, you know, and it's absolutely not truthful what they're doing.
We have just one last question. We know what your number one issue is for running, but what's the biggest or the top issue facing the county? What's the biggest challenge facing the county right now, in your opinion?
Well, there's a whole bunch of them. I see they got that Minnesota road tax deal for fixing these roads. I know the road up by from Boundary Avenue to Midway Road. I forget the name of the road right now, but that's on one of those. And I don't know who did it first, but they hired these gypsies to come up and mill the road and redo it. 2 days later, they're patching holes in the road because they didn't do it right. And then they hired Hewlin to come and repave the whole thing and redo it over again. You know, and I think that tax money for road taxes should be spent in this general area. You know, it shouldn't go to some gypsy group from Mexico or from Texas, or, you know, I mean, it was just a horrible job that they did. I took pictures of the road with the potholes, and it was just a nightmare, you know. And now the road's beautiful but how much money was that wasted?
Right.
You know, and I see waste in all kinds of spending that they do. Frivolous spending on just some stupid stuff even, you know. But
All right.
I don't know, like I say, I just want to run
Yep.
to be a voice for the people is what I want to be, you know. And I'm not afraid to. Like I say, I do nothing wrong, so they can't do anything to me if I speak my mind. They try, but they can't, you know. And like I say, I'm 54 years old. The doctors put me on disability, and so I just struggle around the house, and I do what I can when I can, you know. And there's days where I can't do anything for a week, 2 at a time, you know, just depending on how I'm feeling and stuff like that. But like I say, this just isn't right how the county is a good old boys club.
Very good. Thank you, Mr.
You know,
Youngberg. We
so-
appreciate it.
Okay.
Wish you
And
the
sorry
best
I
of
missed
luck.
it the other night.